Okay, in this tutorial we will restart the game with a mouse click. So we're going to open up the actions window, and so at this point our enemy hits the hero and the game freezes, and that happens in this enemy move function. It says if the game's not over, then move the enemy and all that good stuff. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to write yet another event listener. We're going to add another event listener, and this time it's going to be a little different. It's going to be a mouse event, and what type? It's going to be a click. Okay, so when we click, and this is going to when we click the screen, we're going to call this function restart game. Okay, and we just named it restart game. We could name it anything we want, but we're just going with that. So we're going to say function restart game, and here we're going to write something different from the other functions. We're going to say event mouse event, and you'll notice at the top of the window of this actions window, after I put my second parentheses, this line up here was written by itself. Animate just added that in there. So if yours didn't get added in, make sure you type that by hand. Okay, and now let's describe this function. So we're going to say we only want this restart function to happen if the game's already over. So we're going to say if game over. Okay, and now let's just do some things. We're going to set the score back to 0. I'm just going to borrow this code here, right here. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to set the score to 0 first. I'm going to score equals 0, and then I'm going to paste that line that I just copied. Okay, it's going to reset it to 0, and then I'm going to move the enemy back across the screen. .x equal to let's say like 1280. I think that's the right edge of the screen. Okay, you could put it even further over if you want, 1500. Okay, so let me see. I reset the score, and I reset the enemy's x over to the right side of the screen. Let's see if that does the trick. So we're going to control test, and undefined property mouse event. And let me close this, and I'll double click this right here to find the error. And it says right here, add event listener, event.mouse event, restart game. And where did I mess up? Let me see. Function restart game. Did I spell it correctly? Function restart game. It looks like an event, mouse event. If game over. And where did I mess up? So if event.mouse event click restart game, access of undefined property mouse event through a reference static type class. Flash.events mouse event. Add event listener. I think what I did wrong is I wasn't supposed to type the word event here. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. And there we go. So it freezes when it hits you, and we restart the game, and now the X doesn't, the block doesn't keep moving, and there's a reason why here. We did not reset game over to false. Okay? So we need to, after clicking, we now have to say game over equals false. Okay? And so now let's try it. Control, test, and click the screen, and click the screen. And so you might want to reset the enemy further across the screen because you might lose suddenly really fast if you can play with that distance. Okay, let me let it run into me again, show that this actually works. And let's click. The score did reset. Oh, lost again. And there we go. Okay, I think everything's working. Okay, go ahead and have fun typing in the actions to restart the game. Have fun.